What is up, guys? Welcome back to the ANAK Creates podcast. My name is ANAK Creates, and today we're doing a different kind of an episode. Today we're just doing I'm thinking it's going to be a quick episode, but what I wanted to do is kind of a year-end wrap-up episode and just say thank you, first of all, for everybody's continued support on the podcast, on the YouTube channel, on my website, all the different things that I've got going on. I just wanted to say thank you for all of the continued support. I really, really appreciate it, and it just makes doing all of this so worth it and so fulfilling, and just I love hearing from you guys and hearing that you guys like my content as well as that it's helping you create, and that's super, super cool. So what I wanted to do today is just kind of a year-end wrap-up of kind of my highlights for the year. I want to hear from you guys what your highlights of the year were in terms of the content that I've put out. What has helped you the most? What did you like the most? But also in terms of your own personal gains and your own personal achievements this year. I love hearing about what you guys have accomplished and what you guys like to accomplish, and also your goals for the new year. That's a big thing as well, and I really like hearing about that stuff, and maybe I can help you in some way, shape, or form with some of my content, some of my future things in the new year as well. So that is what we're doing today here on the podcast. So first off, like I said, I want to just say thank you for all the continued support. We've had an amazing 2021, although we're still stuck in a pandemic. We are, getting through it, but in terms of content and creation, I feel like 2021 was amazing. As of the past week, we actually just crossed over 2,000 subscribers over on my main YouTube channel, and that's just mind-blowing, absolutely mind-blowing. I actually filmed the YouTube video that went out last week for my kind of year-end wrap-up on YouTube. I filmed that right before the thing actually crossed over 2,000, so really, really super cool to see that. And I hit 1,000 subscribers last year as well as 2,000 subscribers, and it took me like 2 or 3 years before that to get to 1,000. So super cool to see that grow, and I love all the support over there. As for the podcast, I've been seeing more and more people listening to it. Apparently, there are a number of you out there that listen to this more than any other podcasts, according to Spotify Wrapped. So thank you for that. That was amazing to see. Apparently, I also put out over 21 hours worth of content on the podcast last year. So that's like, wow, absolutely insane. I didn't know I talked that much, but thank you. Thank you for listening. I appreciate that. So before I get into what I have planned and what I have going on for the upcoming year, I just wanted to talk about the past year. And to me, it was a busy year. It was a great year. And it was a year of growth. It was a year of finding my voice a little bit better on my channel, on the podcast, and just seeing what kind of content I like making and experimenting a little bit more. I launched the reaction videos and the sonic analysis videos, which I want to take to a different level and to a different place, I think, a little bit more. But I love getting requests from people and learning about different kinds of music and getting engaged in those, and also just having an excuse to look at some of the other songs that I already know from a more analytical lens, because sometimes you just listen to music and you don't really analyze it, but it's nice to analyze it and have people tell me their thoughts as well. So I really like that. I also launched a few other things last year. So first off, I launched the podcast YouTube channel, which was super cool to start getting the podcast out there in video form and just into the YouTube search algorithm and the Google search algorithm a little bit better, because podcasts are tough to find if they're not recommended to you, and they're just not, it's tough. So I wanted to put it out on YouTube, even though I know there's not going to be a lot of watchers on there yet. Most of you guys seem to love it on Spotify and on other audio platforms. It is an audio podcast after all. But it's nice to be out there and have that available and start building that up a little bit to see where it goes and what I'm going to do with it in the future. But it's launched, it's out, so that's super cool. And thank you to everybody who's checked it out. And of course, it's nice to be able to also have a place that people can go comment as well on the episodes, which is nice to have there. I launched a new and improved version of my mix feedback over on my website. And if you haven't checked that out, if you're a music producer, engineer, mixer, anything like that, go check it out. anakcreates.ca/mix feedback. And I've talked about it a number of times on the channel, but it's really nice. It's nice. And I want to say also thank you to everybody who has participated. There's been a ton of great positive comments on it. People absolutely love it. I launched a new and improved version because now I do more video responses as well. well. So if it's a big amount of notes that I think would benefit you, not only in the production that you're working on, but also in other future productions and mixes, I give video feedback so I can better rant and talk about it. As you know, I like to talk on my channel, on here, all that kind of stuff. It's too much to type half the time and to really get the point across. So I do kind of a video for you for the mix feedback. So I launched that. People seem to be loving it still, and that's just absolutely amazing. So if you haven't checked that out and you're looking for some feedback on your mixes, on your productions, on your songs, anything that you need help with in that way and would like some feedback on, please go there, answer a couple questions so I can give you some good pointed feedback as to the things that you are struggling with or would like help with, or are just looking at improving. Go check that out. Now, I also had a bunch of cool releases in my freelance work. I have a bunch of cool stuff coming up in the future as well, which I can't really talk about due to NDAs and all that kind of stuff. But I do have next year is going to be a good year for releases, so that's super cool. I love working on different music and still, I put a lot of focus and a lot of energy here on my platform, on the channel, on the content that I create, but I still do a lot of freelance work as well, and editing, mixing, production, all that kind of stuff. Lots of great releases and lots of great bands just making amazing music, so that's nice. I also had a bunch of releases of my own, which I was very excited about. The most releases I've had in years under my own name, and I absolutely, it just felt so good to get that out there. So I have my Shawn Mendes, There's Nothing Holding Me Back rock cover that I did. I also have the My Head, My Heart by Ava Max. I did a rock cover of that as well. Both those were in collaboration with my good friend Malcolm Cottle, who's been on the podcast before as well. So that was super cool. He drummed on those, and he actually did vocals as well on the Ava Max cover, which was awesome to have him on that. I also had one of my own original songs come out, which I'd been sitting on for a little while, but it was nice to finally get it out there and get it released. And that was called You, which you can find under ANAK Creates on any of your streaming platforms. You can find all these under there. And I am working on a Spotify playlist. I don't know if it'll be out by the time this podcast is out, but it is coming of ANAK Creates stuff, things that I've done for freelance work, things that I've done for myself, all this kind of stuff that I've been able to work on. I wanted to put kind of a snippet of stuff over on a Spotify playlist to be able to share with you guys. So I will try and link that in the show notes for this as well once it comes out. But if not, then go check out my website or something. It'll be linked there when it finally, when I finally get it sorted out and shuffled and, all that kind of stuff. But I am putting that together. There's just so many great releases. I'm part of so much great music being made, and I'm really proud of a lot of the artists that I work with. The big ones, they're great, as well as the small ones. I love to see them working on their craft and improving. And so it's really nice to be a part of those as well. The up and coming artists, just as much as the big artists that everybody knows as well. So really nice to see that. So that was a great year of releases, and I'm excited for the new year. I do plan on making more releases as well. Now, in terms of last year on the YouTube channel, I released over 70 videos, which is just nuts. And I'm really grateful that I was able to do that and grow the subscribership and grow the comments and just, I feel like we're starting to get a nice little community over there, and I hope to be able to grow that further in the new year. Over here on the podcast, I had over 35 episodes last year, which was nuts, and it grew a lot over the last year. I was in 17 or something countries according to Spotify's Wrapped, which was really nice. I had some great guests on here, which was really fun, and we got Malcolm back a few more times, and Jay, and we're gonna have more of them in the new year as well. They're my unofficial co-hosts, I guess you could say, which is super cool, and just some great discussions there. So what is up for the new year? What's on the horizon for the new year? I have lots of stuff planned, and a bunch of it I can't say yet. I don't want to jinx it, but I am working on a bunch of new tools and resources for you guys to help you make better music, to help you be more confident in your music making, and just improve your skills, all that kind of stuff. There's a lot of great stuff coming out that I'm really excited for. A bunch of collaborations with people as well, and new things on the store. I'm not going to say more. I'm not going to say more there, but I'm really excited about that. So keep an eye on the website, because that's also getting redesigned. I haven't said this anywhere else, but that is getting redesigned to be a little more user-friendly and a little more searchable now that there's a mass amount of content that I have back catalog as well as moving forward. And just now that I've figured out where some of it goes and how to categorize it and actually make categories out of it, and just organize it better for you guys. So that is going to be a massive update in the new year. Over the course of the new year is just updating the website and some different big changes over there. Now, I'll be honest, I am going to be taking a bit of time off over the holiday from actually posting content, not anything else in the back end of all of this, but actually posting content. I want to work on developing some stuff a bit more, and I have a bunch of music in the works for myself and for other people. So I'm taking a bit of time off from actually posting. So I will see you in the new year, however. So when you don't see the podcast, it's not gone. We're taking a little bit of a break so I can make all of it better for you guys. I just want to improve, and it's tough sometimes because I am a one-man operation. I do everything myself. I film everything myself. I edit everything myself. I come up with the ideas, all that kind of stuff. Besides my unofficial co-hosts that join me sometimes, it's largely a one-man operation. So when you have to develop new content and when you have to develop ideas and plan it and film it and do all this kind of stuff, as well as maintaining freelance work and stuff for clients and all that kind of stuff, it does get to be a lot, and there's not a lot of time for developing new things, and really sometimes you just have to get content out there, and I don't want to keep doing that. So we're going to take some time off to develop some new stuff because I have a bunch of ideas that I just really want to develop and make them better for you guys. So that's what we're doing going into the new year. Now, for the podcast, I do want to do more guest episodes. We started doing some guest episodes this year with Malcolm and Jay and some various other people, and I'm very grateful for that, and I want to continue that. And I want to have more discussions with professionals about how they make music and give more insight into their views on production, on editing, on how they mix, all sorts of stuff. And so I'm looking at that. I have a couple in the works right now that I know you'll be excited for. So stay tuned for that. But I also want to do some more series on the podcast or on my podcast YouTube channel. They might be different podcasts within the players and all that kind of stuff. I'm not sure quite yet how to do that, but I do want to do some different series to help with different things a little more specifically, so you can find a bit better what you're searching for. All that's going to link back into the website so you can find some helpful stuff there. And then I'm also thinking of doing that more on the YouTube channel as well. So I have a bunch of ideas in the works. We're going to be working on that over the holidays and into the new year. So I will see you next year. I'm very excited to come back with a plethora of content and new tools and resources for you guys to help you guys out. So I'm very excited for that. Thank you again for everybody for all of the support. Thank you as well for everybody that's made all the content possible in the past year. Malcolm, Jay, Emmett, Ryan, everybody, there's so many people behind the scenes that do help me out and do support me and do give me ideas and allow me to talk their ear off and bounce ideas off of them and develop ideas. So thank you very much. A special thank you to Malcolm Cottle as well, who you guys know on the podcast. He's been on a number of times and he's just always down to chat about stuff. The unofficial team member, I guess you could say. And I say this also because we have some great stuff in the works for the new year. So you're not going to want to miss this. We have some really cool stuff coming up, as well as some music, which I can't talk about yet, but yeah. It's going to be great. So thank you to everybody. Thank you to all of you guys who are listening. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. I love all the support. I also just want to say, go to my website and or anywhere that you can leave me comments or send me messages and let me know what you think of the podcast. Let me know what you think of the YouTube channel. Let me know what you think of all of my different content, what you'd like to see improvements on, what you like in what I do, and what kinds of content and what kind of things you'd like to learn about. What are you struggling with, or what do you want to just know more about, or my opinion about, or people that I know his opinion about. I'm always down for ideas. I'm always looking for ideas, and I love to hear from you guys what you guys want to know as well. So I hope you all have a fantastic holiday season. I hope you all stay safe. I hope you all get some family time or some relaxing time, some reflection time, some creation time, whatever it is that you're doing this holiday season, and I hope you have a fantastic start to the new year. I can't wait to see you in the new year again with some new content, some improved content, and some great stuff upcoming. So thank you very much again for all of your support. I will see you in the new year. Until then, always be creating.